Yo, what's going on, guys? Reaching the end of day one here, Dallas Regionals VOD review. We got round 9. Peter Kika with his very interesting unknown damage Exodia deck. Where's the Chris DePorco with the Lost March? So it looks like we do have Chris going first. His hand looks pretty good, actually. See a level ball here. Probably gonna grab a Hoppip. And then we should see the communication, get rid of a jump off, grab a Hoppip, grass active, and then let loose. I'm pretty sure that's all I saw in his hand, and that's what we should be seeing play, how we should be seeing it play out. I can't think of it playing out any other way. Hopefully he feels the same. Yeah. Communication, getting rid of a lost, let loose, same thing. I actually would have definitely liked to have seen, it's like a little thing, not a huge deal. Definitely would have liked to have seen Chris get rid of the jump off instead. That way Peter doesn't know he plays 2 let loose Marsh Shadow, because he is going to play the second one out of hand. So definitely would have liked to have seen him get rid of the jump off just for that reason. It's not a huge deal. Might not come into effect here. And definitely, okay, definitely want to see him attach the grass active. We definitely want to be attacking, as Lost March, you just want to be attacking as fast and aggressively as possible. Attach the grass energy to the clef key so you can retreat it and attack with a Natsu or a jump off on your following turn. I doubt Chris plays any switch cards. He might play like one switch or like one Flowstone or something. But even if you just play that, it's just a one-of. You're probably not going to find it. Attach the grass to the active clef key, please. So yeah, we do see the let loose, not attaching the grass energy. Once again, I would have liked to have seen him communication away the jump off instead, just so Peter doesn't know he for sure plays 2 let loose. Maybe he even plays 3, but now Peter knows he at least plays 2, so he knows he can expect one later on. If it's Chris's only out to the situation. There we go. Shuffling up. Alright, he got the grass back. He got a Cynthia as well. Once again. Alright, another Trumby. Ooh. Alright, attach the grass to the active. No! Plays the Cynthia! We want to be attacking turn 2, Chris. Come on now. Alright, so I don't think he's in the same mindset at all. Maybe if he finds a Natsu in a DC, he'll set that up at least. Give himself the option. Definitely wanted to see him just attach the grass to the active, though. Alright, we have another shot here for Chris to attach the grass to the active clef key. We'll see if he does it. Goes with Great Ball first. This is fine with me. I don't really see a reason to play the Great Ball right now, though. You're not really looking for anything. So I think if I was Chris, I just wouldn't have played the Great Ball at all. Now I would grab the jump left, though, so you can communication it away. There we go. Grab jump left. Great. There's no reason to communication it away, though. You don't need anything besides skip looms, and you don't need those till next turn. You're KOing Sneasel and Ditto. He might not know for sure what Peter is playing, but you definitely don't need to set up triple Hoppip if you know what Peter's playing aggressively. So I don't like this Hoppip grab here. I would rather leave my bench open for a Rangaroo or potentially the other Let Loose plus a Natsu, maybe. Now, we'll hopefully see him attach the grass to the active. Finally! And he immediately retreats. Yeah, I guess that's fine. If he knows exactly what Peter's playing, he probably knows Peter doesn't play any gust effects, so I think I'm fine with that then, I guess. But I don't know if he knows exactly what Peter's playing. Once again, I think he should have saved the communication, just get double skip him out going on the next turn. And this could have been the same grass we saw earlier in the last 2 hands that he could have attached to the clef key. So he could have just drawn a potentially just like +1 card of something else. But instead we see a grass energy, and once again, this could be that grass energy. Maybe not, we'll never know. There's a draw pass from Peter. We see level ball and net ball, so we should be seeing an attack this turn. Level balls don't belong on the bench. There's a skip loom. It'll become a jump bluff. That's 80 damage. That knocks out the current active Sneasel. Net ball we should be seeing played here as well. Oh yeah, get the clef key in there. Why not? Floral Path to the Skies. Grab a jump bluff. There is grass energy in there, so we should be seeing a net ball for grass energy here. There we go. And then Cynthia to draw 6 new cards. I guess the Lily wouldn't be terrible here. You don't need to be too aggressive on this turn. So while you can get value out of the Lily for almost max value, it's hard to get max value out of Lilies past turn 1. I mean, max value out of a Lily on turn 1 is a little bit different. Yeah, so I like the Lily here over the Cynthia, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we got a Lost Blender. We got a Great Ball. Definitely want to see another. Definitely want to see another skip loom here. Looks like, oh, there he is. Skip loom comes down. Evolve the Hoppip, and then we should see a Floral Path to the Sky. I don't see a reason not to. Boom, there we go, up to 7. Once again, not super important to hit the super high numbers in this matchup because there's not really that many high HP things in Peter's deck. There is Ninetales, but usually when the Ninetales is coming out, I think Peter's usually winning the game with that. So there's a knockout. Ditto comes up. Peter draws. There's a Tropical Beach. There's a Stretcher. So I don't know how important saving stretchers are. So he's immediately going for it. Stretching, putting the Pokemon down. He's got a field blower in hand. There's nothing to blower, so it's going to be a beach for 3. So yeah, Peter doesn't mind if Chris draws even 5 prize cards, because Peter can win the game in 1 turn with the combo eventually. See a great ball here from Chris. Should just be another Skip Loom, I think. Set that up. Get the last Jump Bluff out. It doesn't really matter too much. Once again, he can potentially wanting to hit the numbers to KO. Ninetales is good, but besides that, it doesn't really matter. I think he's thinking whether or not he has another Jump Bluff in his deck. And once again, it doesn't matter this turn, so if he does or he doesn't, it doesn't matter. He could always get it out next turn. There we go. Up to 9 in the loss zone. The count no longer matters. He's knocking pretty much everything out, and if he ever wants to reach to knock out the what's it called, I'm sure he can. He should definitely Lost Blender away the Mr. Mime and the Skip Loom. Retro Treat, knocking out the Sneasel. I actually don't like this Guzma here. I think this Guzma is definitely wrong. So he does knock out the Sneasel, but Peter definitely plays more than 1 Sneasel. He also has the Ditto, which means he can evolve something out of that as well. Knocking out the Sneasel here, it might not. I don't think knocking out the Sneasel. I think knocking out the Ditto is just as good as knocking out the Sneasel here, and you should wait for a turn where him knocking out a very specific one is either game ending or not. So I definitely think he should not Guzma Sneasel here, and definitely should save that Guzma for a future turn potentially. Just knock out the Ditto. Use the Guzma on a turn when Peter goes like bench. I don't know, bench Solosis, and maybe only ends up with 1 Solosis in play, or ends up with just one Sneasel in play. But definitely like leave the Sneasel in play for a turn. I think aggressively Guzma in the Sneasel, especially when I think Chris probably only plays like 2 or 3 Guzma. Definitely not the best way to go about it. So we see the teammates here from Peter. He's eyeing up some Pokemon. Looks like he's eyeing up Solosis and a teammates. I think that's what he's gonna go for. It looks like. Checking his prizes here for sure. Prizes are super important for Peter's deck. Goes for a Vulpix, Solosis, Stretcher just for the 1 for the Sneasel. Communication away. Looks like the Weavile. He does have the Rare Candy Reuniclus in the deck, in the hand. And I don't know what he's gonna grab here. Maybe definitely don't want to grab a Wailord. I was gonna say maybe a Wailord, but you definitely don't want to grab a Wailord. Yeah, gonna go for another Vulpix. Get the Ninetales rolling soon. Yeah, get into the combo. He's getting there. He's getting really close, actually. Yeah, like I said, I don't like that Guzma knockout on the Sneasel there from Chris. Just knock out the Ditto. I think that's just as good. It also then forces the Sneasel into the active, and I think at this point Chris should have some idea as to what Peter's trying to do. So knowing that you're just going to force the Sneasel in the active means you're probably just going to be able to knock it out anyways, which is the same thing as knocking it out through the Guzma. So yeah, draw here from Chris. I definitely think he should go dig and try and find his other Guzma. I'm sure he plays more than 1 Guzma. How many more past that he plays, I got no idea. So I definitely just want to see him Lost Blender here, get rid of 2 cards. He's thinking about benching the Mr. Mime. I don't think that makes any sense. I don't think that really does anything. But it doesn't not do anything either, I guess. But I would like to leave bench space open for a Rangaroo and the other Let Loose. Definitely don't want to see him Let Loose here. You definitely want to save that for potentially more impactful turn. So I would have liked to have seen him not bench Mr. Mime, because I definitely want to see him leave bench space open for a Rangaroo plus the second Let Loose. I definitely want to see him Cynthia here and look for another Guzma. Dig, try and find another Guzma to give yourself the option to go Guzma knockout on something on the turn. On a turn coming up. But there he goes with the knockout, not digging for the Guzma. Definitely think he should be digging for Guzma here. I think Peter is like mapping out already if he already has the combo. I think he might. He's definitely very close. I think he might just have it. We'll find out soon. Transmail for Stretcher. He's playing fast, so I think he has it. But we'll find out. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if he has it. Going for Level Ball. And Communication. Chris is reading the... He's going to Communication away the Reuniclus. Gets another Ninetales. Ninetales will probably grab 2 more Level Balls here. There's another Level Ball. Gets Weavile via Seeker for the teammates here. Peter's playing, yeah, I assume Peter has it. He's playing super fast. I saw him grab Wailord and something else. Wailord and the Magma Base. Oh, you do need the Magma Base, don't you? I think he's thinking about it again. Yep, grabs those two. He's got access to another Ninetales here, which I assume is just going to come down. There's a Stretcher. Grabs the Ditto. Maybe he doesn't have it? No, I think he has it. Yeah, it looks like he has it. Gonna grab Computer Search and a Level Ball. Level Ball will be for the Unown. Unown damage. Going through his deck, I think it's maybe prized. Maybe not. Computer Search, Away Blower, and Weavile. He's maybe going to use Beach one more time here, actually. We'll see. That's definitely fine, because then he has the... So whether... If the Reuniclus gets knocked out, he can make the Ditto into a Reuniclus. If the Weavile gets knocked out, he can make the Ditto into one as well. Yep, and there's the Beach for 3. Okay. I was expecting the game to be over here on Peter's turn, but it looks like he was a little short. I don't really know what he was missing there. And pass over to Chris. So I think Chris... Just looking to knock out the knockout. I definitely want to see him use Let Loose here, but he should definitely use those level balls and that. He should definitely use the level ball to grab a Pokemon and then get rid of both Pokemon with the Lost Blender and then Let Loose. Definitely would have liked to have seen him thin out his deck a little bit more once again. No reason not to thin. Give yourself access to a Guzma potentially. Although I don't think that matters anymore. Chris is at 3 prizes. But yeah, there's no reason not to thin out your deck there at all. Your bench is never going anywhere. Just thin out your deck. Make sure you have access to the options that you want. I don't think you need access to those cards, so just get rid of them with the Lost Blender. Would have got rid of a not to. So, oh, there is 3 Let Loose. All right. Goes with the Guzma on the Reuniclus. I'm actually not a huge fan of this because I think I would have much rather. Maybe I'm fine with the Guzma on the Reuniclus. I'm kind of thinking I maybe would have rather seen him knock out the Ninetales, but maybe that was actually just fine. We do see the Solosis in Peter's hand again and a teammates, but I don't think he has game this turn. But I do think Chris is out of Guzma, so I think I would have liked to have seen Chris just knock out the Ninetales, knowing he wins next turn. But I think Chris only plays 2 Guzma, so now he just can't win the game next turn. I think him winning a turn faster is better than him knocking out the Reuniclus and giving Peter one more turn to use Tropical Beach and just find his combo. So I definitely don't like the Guzma play there from Chris. I think he should have just knocked out the Ninetales knowing he just wins the game on the next turn. Looks like it is just going to be a Beach here from Peter. Bench Mr. Mime makes sense to me. See if Peter disagrees. Actually, no, you can't bench Mr. Mime because then you won't be able to keep Wailord and play as well. Yep, just going with the Wailord. He knows if Chris has another Guzma, Chris just wins the game. So, and once again, if Chris has another Guzma, he could have used that Lost Blender to thin out his deck by +2 cards. One of those Natus could have been one of the cards he thins. Once again, the Mr. Mime not being on the bench could have been this Let Loose, finding him using Let Loose again and disrupting Peter's hand again. So Mr. Mime, big mistake. Not using the Lost Blender before he used the second Let Loose, another big mistake. Does he have a Let Loose in hand? Yeah, he has a Let Loose in hand. So a couple big mistakes I think are gonna cost Chris this game. I definitely think he almost had this one in the bag, and then he kind of threw it away here at the end, and I think we will probably see Peter end up taking this, but maybe he doesn't quite have it actually. His hand looks kind of dead. This one actually might go over to Chris. Peter's thinking about it. Yep, and there's the scoop. All right, Chris takes game 1. Despite the couple sequencing errors there from Chris, he is able to take it. Yeah, so not benching the Mr. Mime, leave that bench space open, and then also using the Lost Blender before he used that second Let Loose there to thin out his deck, give himself more of the options he needs. So we see Peter going first in game 2. It looks like he has a pretty good start. I don't even think he's used Tropical Beach yet, or has he? Now it's Chris's turn. I guess he hasn't. Now it's Chris's turn. Chris is debating what to get rid of with the communication. So I don't actually even think I want to see the Oranguru hit the bench in this matchup. I think you want to leave your bench space open to go let loose, let loose, let loose. I would like to see him Lost Blender away these 2 jump bluffs, and then see what he gets, and then probably Communication array the Oranguru and just grab a let loose here. Ideally, you want the Lost Blender to give you like a Lily or some other kind of supporter. But yeah, I definitely just want to see him Lost Blender away both jump bluffs here. He's not going to go for that. Once again, he's not being very efficient about thinning out his deck for no reason. There's like no reason for him not to be more aggressively thinning out his deck with the Lost Blenders. You don't need a lot of jump bluffs in this matchup. You just need 1, or even just 1 not to. You don't need the jump bluffs. Get rid of them into the Lost Zone right now with the Lost Blender. Thin out your deck. You want to 100% take a knockout on your next turn here on the Vulpix. Sure, you can maybe get it with the Oranguru, but just be aggressive with the Lost Blender. Like I said, I definitely want to see him leave his bench space open for like triple let loose, and then maybe double hop it plus an Oranguru. But you don't need to put the Oranguru down yet. I wouldn't. Sometimes I like putting it down before the let loose, but in this situation I wouldn't. As Chris, especially because you have access to Tropical Beach for your first turn, because you're not going to get a knockout on this first turn. You know you're going to be able to use Tropical Beach. Just do that. So there's at least a Mr. Mime there. All right, and there's 2 Lost Blenders in the top cards. Once again, one of those should be gone. Communication away to Mr. Mime. Get another Hoppip. Lily for 7. And it's kind of unfortunate that he had to... Ooh, actually, he didn't even really have to... He didn't even have to put down this 1 let loose, because there is the Tropical Beach in play. So I think actually going back to the beginning of the turn, Chris should have just gone Communication for another Hoppip. Get out as many Hoppips out of the hand as possible. So Lost Blender away both jump bluffs, see what you get. Let's just say it's nothing. Communication away the Oranguru, get a Hoppip, bench a Hoppip, attach a DCE to either Hoppip, it doesn't matter. Then Beach for 6, keep the grass energy. And that way you have maximum amount of let looses to disrupt Peter's hand constantly. So then just like maybe 2 turns from now, just 3 turns in a row, you're just like let loose, let loose, let loose. And you're just hoping Peter whiffs the combo off each let loose. So I think that would have definitely been the play there from Chris. And then from there, it's still been a little sloppy, even though, so once he committed down the let loose path, it's still been a little bit sloppy from there. Once again, Mr. Mime's getting the board. Why are you doing that? Why is Mr. Mime on the field? This is... Stop putting Mr. Mime on your bench. Communication away for a Hoppip, please. Now he won't be able to... He probably has to bench another Hoppip to be able to hit numbers, which means he won't be able to maximize let looses in play. Kind of unfortunate. All right. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing this Mr. Mime on the bench. All right, Communication, getting rid of the Natsu. Definitely don't like that. You should definitely just Great Ball first, try and hit the Hoppip with that, because the Communication can get you anything on your next turn or following turns. Definitely should just start with the Great Ball, see if that gets you a Hoppip. I don't like going Communication for a Hoppip over just looking for the Great Ball for a Hoppip, so I think another sequencing or just another mistake there from Chris. Yeah, I think that would have been... That's the way to play this matchup, trying to abuse the triple let loose. So we should have just gone Hoppip, Hoppip, Beach. All right. And then you would have already had the Lost Blender. I know I'm going back to it and repeating it, but you would have had the Lost Blender wait to get rid of 2 jump bluffs. So you're almost for sure knocking out this Vulpix. You would just need grass and 1 Skiploom. All right, he's looking at his hand again. I don't think there's anything else really to do. He's got double Skiploom in hand. Beach for 1. Over to Peter. I think it is definitely possible for Peter to win on turn 2, although probably unlikely. Probably more likely for him to win on turn 3. Gets rid of the Ditto. It's a Solosis. The Clef Key's already in play. Ready to go. Combo's almost entirely set up. The Wailord is in play, which is a little scary here for Peter, because that is 3 prizes that could go down at any moment. So here we go. We see Peter go Beach for 6. This is a turn where you'd want to go let loose, and then you want to let loose the next turn and the turn after, and then or maybe wait for 1 more turn before you start the let loose train, and then go like let loose, knock out the Wailord, something like that. We see a Great Ball here for 7 from Chris. Definitely, all right, definitely a sequencing error from Chris. Should have put down both Skiplooms and Floral Path to the Sky, both of them. There's 2 jump bluff in these top 7 cards. Guess what there wouldn't be, potentially, if he had done both Floral Paths to the Skies before he uses this Great Ball. 2 jump bluffs. So definitely a mistake there from Chris with the Great Ball. Hopefully you see the Floral Paths to the Skies now. Get those out of your deck before you do any other search cards. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. Could only get jump bluff. There we go. And I would like to see a Cynthia here, I think, from Chris. Just hold on to your last let loose for a turn or 2 more. Let's go with the Cynthia. Definitely hold on to that let loose. That's how you win this matchup. Do not play the let loose. You're drawing 1 prize on this turn. You're not even close to like stopping him from pulling off the combo. All right, thank you. Just Cynthia, hold the let loose. Yeah, I think, yeah. Going back to it once again, the way to win this matchup is the triple let loose, using them turn after turn after turn at a certain at a point in the game where you're like set up to win the game. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go. 3, 4, 5, 6 here from Chris. Probably just Trumbeak. Oh wait, he's got no attacker right now. Yikes. So I definitely want to see a Lost Blender, but I don't want to see him get rid of Trumbeak. I want to see him use the Trumbeak as well, so that way he can dig that much deeper. No, don't get rid of Trumbeak. I want to see him get rid of DCE Lily here and then use the Trumbeak. You're never using the DCE. Well, I guess you would if you get the Natu, but I don't think you're ever winning this game unless you're using Let Loose anyways. So putting a Natu on your bench, I think you're going to lose the game anyways. So there's no point in playing for the Natu play. Just play for the grass energy and be like, if the Natu makes its way to the bench, oh, I guess you can attack with the Oranguru with the DC. Okay, so that's fine actually. So then why wouldn't you dig a little bit deeper anyways then? Yeah, so I definitely don't like this play from Chris. That's right, you can just attack with Oranguru this turn. It gets the prize. You can then retreat it back to a jump left and draw another prize. But yeah, there's no reason for him to not play to dig a little bit deeper then. Use the Trumbeak, get rid of 2 lilies, who cares? They're useless now. You got a Cynthia. Instruct for a couple cards. Dig deeper. You need to get access to Let Loose, you need to get access to Grass Energy. Oranguru can't KO everything. Okay, I think maybe Peter has the combo this turn. We see the teammates come out. Let's see. I'm excited to see it. He needs Rare Candy. I'm not quite sure the amount of Pokemon you need in play for the numbers to be able to hit all the damage. Rare Candy. He has Rare Candy, so Reuniclus plus the went for Rare Candy and Computer Search. He has Rare Candy Reuniclus plus the Magma Base off the teammates potentially. So he's going to just retreat and beacon maybe. Yeah, retreat and beacon. All right, so he doesn't quite have it all. He's gonna grab unknown damage, and then yeah, it looks like a Ninetales. So this is the turn to Let Loose for sure here from Chris. But unfortunately, he's not gonna have a follow-up Let Loose for the next turn, and he's only drawing 1 prize out this Vulpix. So once again, I think Peter will be taking this one eventually. Chris is reading the unknown damage. I think Peter will be taking this one eventually. I don't think Chris will be able to actually stop Peter from winning the game. I think this will eventually just end up with Peter winning. We'll see. That's what I thought in the first game too, but it didn't end up going that way. The Let Looses prevailed. But Chris is about to run out of Let Looses. This is definitely a turn where Chris has to Let Loose though. And he doesn't have one in hand yet. Okay, there's a Grass Energy. Put that on a jump left. Play Cynthia. Go look for Let Loose. Peter's hand is huge, and he just used teammates and beacon and pretty much held everything. So you definitely want to get rid of that hand. You cannot let Peter hold his hand. Chris reading the Ditto. Not quite as good as the new Ditto, but it does allow you to evolve into pretty much anything, but you have to have the basic Pokemon. So Grass Energy Cynthia should be the play here from Chris. He's debating Guzma, it looks like, but I don't think that ever does anything. Nope. All right, I think that's probably game here for Peter, because he can still set up a Reuniclus. He just has to evolve the Ditto to a Solosis and then Rare Candy it into a Reuniclus. I think Peter will probably be winning here, but we'll see. I don't think that quite shuts Peter out of from winning the game. I think we'll see Peter winning the game on this turn. I could be wrong again, but I see the Reuniclus in hand. He's got Computer Search, which means he can get teammates for Rare Candy, and he doesn't have a Magma Base. Maybe he's a little bit short once again. Maybe the Guzma knockout is gonna work out here. Getting rid of Bridget, and I assume one of the Reuniclus. You don't need 2 Reuniclus, I don't think. I might be wrong on that. Maybe you do. But you could get, I don't know, you could get Ninetales here, which could potentially get the other cards you're missing. Teammates. Maybe Teammates will be enough, because he can grab Ninetales, which creates 2 cards. Looks like he's eyeing up Magma-based Ninetales. Alright, maybe he finally has it. There goes the Ninetales. Gonna get Level Ball. And I'm not sure what else. Level Ball and Stretcher. Alright, I think he has it here. I think this should be it. I'm ready for it finally to be it. It's taken so long. Yep, there's the Magma Base. Alright, that's gonna be game here. I'm pretty sure Peter has set up the combo. We'll see. There's the Solosis. Evolve to the Ditto. Rare Candy onto the Reuniclus. Moves the dumbbells over, pops that up, takes 20, moves the damage off, and here he's going through the combo. I think Chris knows what's up. And yeah, there's the scoop. Want to save time for that game 3. If he had made Peter actually play through everything, they might not have had enough time for game 3, but 16 minutes should be enough for either Chris to run through Peter or for Peter to set up the combo. We'll see. Yeah, I don't think time is going to be an issue. Ooh, opens the let loose. No! The let loose start here from Chris. All right, so hopefully he has gathered that let loose is kind of his win condition in this matchup. Definitely want to see him utilize that as much as possible. Here's another level ball. Get the double hop hip. Maybe you can just rock one hop hip. Would you be able to get enough stuff in the Lost Zone, which is one hop hip? Probably not. Probably just go with the double hop hip. Thin out your deck a little bit extra. So I definitely want to see him go double hop hip. Leave 2 bench spaces open up for the other 2 let looses, and then the 3rd bench space can kind of become whatever. Probably a Rangaroo. He's gonna go with the communication. If he gets another hop up here, I'm actually gonna be a little annoyed. You don't need. No, don't go for the let loose. I feel going for the let loose this early. Maybe it's best to try. I don't know how I'm feeling about the let loose. Definitely should have trumped before deciding to go with let loose or not. He's gonna go with the early let loose. I don't know how I feel about this, just because Peter does have quite a few outs to just getting a tropical beach. So I almost feel like he should just hold them, but maybe it's worth it to just go ahead and disrupt your opponent immediately. Put them down to 4. Peter's deck doesn't have like the most consistency cards in it, like as far as like supporters. He really only plays teammates and tropical beach. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with it. All right, we got a grass, we got an Rangaroo. Rangaroo should hit the bench, Trumpik should hit play, and then struck for 2, and then play Cynthia. Maybe not even instruct for 2 on this side, but you'll probably never use it off the Cynthia anyway, so you may as well instruct for 2. You can thin out your deck a little bit, yeah. So instruct for 2. Oh, just throws your Rangaroo away. I definitely would like to have seen him instruct for 2 there. I don't see a reason not to instruct for 2. Bench the instruct and instruct for 2. Unless he plays 4 let loose, then I would actually like to see both bench spaces stay open. But I don't think he plays 4 let loose, so I think I would have liked to have seen him play it down there. 5, 6. All right, no reason to play the Great Ball this turn. The Trumpik should come down though for sure. Oh no, he knows what the top deck is, so you can hold the Trumpik for a turn. Possibly catch the next top deck. So it should just be a pass here from Chris. Yep, there we go. All right, Solosis, level ball, Trainer's Mail. I think he's got 2 level balls. So he's going to thin out his deck with the level balls and then play. Oh, he wanted to check the top 4 to see if Trainer's Mail would have hit a beach. I didn't quite see if it did or didn't. So yeah, we were looking at thin out your deck as much as possible and then play the Trainer's Mail, try and hit a tropical beach. I think he has 1 more level ball in hand. Maybe not. He's going with the Trainer's Mail, so I assume that means he does not. This is a big Trainer's Mail. There's the tropical beach. All right, he's in business. Oh, so a little sequencing error there then from Peter. He should have definitely thinned out his deck by 1 more Pokemon. There's no reason to not thin out your deck by the extra Pokemon there with the level ball to try and increase your chances of hitting the tropical beach. So definitely a sequencing error there by Peter. We'll see. Yep, it's going to be the beach for 7. Far from the combo in that hand, but he's got a lot of time. I don't even know if Chris's hand is pretty clunky. I don't even know if he's going to actually be able to get the KO on the Vulpix here. And Chris's start overall just not great. Opening up with a Marshadow. Like I said, I think the game plan, after watching it kind of play out a little bit, I think the game plan in this matchup is definitely try and abuse the Marshadows as much as possible. Yeah, I like the Natu grab here. Grab the Natu. You definitely just want to try and get a knockout here. You got to be aggressive, especially now that having the extra bench space open doesn't really make a difference, because definitely should have benched the Klefki there. There's no reason not to bench the Klefki. Once again, you don't need a ton of stuff in the Lost Zone. When the Ninetales come down, it feels like the game is kind of over. So when the big HP stuff comes down, the game's already over. Definitely put the Klefki down, that's so you don't draw into it again. Yeah, I think the Natu is fine down there, so you don't need the extra bench space. And the Klefki, you can just open the bench space back up. You just put it on a hop. You can put it on anything if you need to open up the bench space this turn specifically. But if not, then you just wait to put it on a skip loom and get the +1 into the Lost Zone. But yeah, definitely no reason not to play the Klefki down there. 4, 5, 6 from Chris. All right, looks good to me. I think we should just see the retreat and DC to Natu attack. No reason to do anything else. You could computer search, get a skip loom, I guess. That would be okay. You could computer search for like Pokemon communication, get rid of the jump left and back into the deck, and then get a skip loom and floral path to the sky. That might be what he's going for here. That sounds fine to me. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, I think that is what he's going for. That looks like the way he's setting up his hand. That looks like what he's going for. Going for the let loose. Definitely don't want to see him go for let loose. Peter has a tropical beach in play. Why are you going for let loose right now? It's super irrelevant to go for let loose when he has beacon plus tropical beach in play. Definitely should be saving this let loose for the end of the game or towards the end of the game. There's no way Peter has, well, potentially Peter has the combo, but it's unlikely. So you want to save it for a turn where it's way more likely that he has the combo. So definitely a huge misstep. And I think Chris's like last win condition thrown away here by playing his third let loose so early on. Oof. I really do not like him using let loose right now. Does not feel good. And I think that's definitely going to come back to bite him towards the end of the game here. Highly favor Peter at this point for sure. Yeah, that is a yeah, that's a bad let loose right there. No reason. Your hand was fine. You were set up. You were attacking this turn. You're taking a knockout. Peter has a tropical beach in play. Like, what are you preventing him from doing? Peter can sit here for 4 more turns, let you draw 4 prizes. He doesn't care. He has a tropical beach. You have no way to replace tropical beach being one of the biggest things. Like, you just can't replace tropical beach. Oh, there's their teammates, and Peter's rolling now. We could even just see the Bridget come out. Yeah, I definitely think we're just gonna see the Bridget come out here. Bridget, second Cecil, second Solosis maybe. Looks like he's eyeing up a Klefki. Oh, second Beacon for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm curious if he's gonna Beacon or if he is going to Beach. I'll have to see his hand again. He does have the teammates and he has the Unown. There's gonna be a level ball. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the Weavile immediately. He has the Ditto, so even if the Weavile gets knocked out, he can still evolve the Ditto into the Weavile. And then I think we'll probably see Beach for 4, I think is what's gonna work with Peter's current hand. And then pass over to Chris. Communication top deck, definitely should see that go down. Get rid of a jump pluff, grab a skip loom. But I think yeah, even though we're going to go through and watch the last 4 minutes here, I think this game is pretty much over. I don't think it's possible for Chris to win anymore. I think he really had to hold on to that last let loose Marshadow and hope it was enough to keep Chris or keep Peter out of the game. And now I think we're just gonna eventually just see Peter walk away with this one. It's just going to be a matter of time. Second TC to not to, because why not? Lily for 6. I also would like to see Chris play a little bit faster here because they are low on time. Just draw, attach, attack. You have no let looses left, so there's really nothing to dig for. I guess you could dig. You're still digging for. I guess it's not true. You're still digging for what's it called here? Guzma to potentially disrupt Peter's setup. So yeah, I guess I take that back. You're still digging for the Goose. There he is. Unfortunately, can't grab him. There's that Klefki that should have already been in play. Definitely just grab the Trumbeak at this point. I don't see a reason not to use it, so we should see the Mountain Pass here to see what's up with that top deck. Anything else to play out of Chris's hand? I don't think so. The Choice Band should just come down on the not to. Boom, Mountain Pass. And Choice Band should come down on the active because there's no reason for it not to. Recounting in the discard pile. The Vulpix is knocked out. Don't worry about it. You gotta go. Thinking again. There we go. Finally, the knockout on the Vulpix. Ditto's coming active here for Peter. We'll see if he has it. I don't think he does. Well, I don't know. With that, maybe he does. We'll see. It does have the unknown damage in hand. Floatstone. Oh, there it is. And then there's the teammate. So I'm pretty sure Peter has the combo here. Just needs the Whale Lord. Has the unknown damage in the active. Has the Klefki in play. I don't know what else he would. The dumbbells, I think, is the missing piece. There it is. Yeah, that should be it. That's all the damage. That's game. Peter does take game 3. Once again, Chris being aggressive with the let looses. I feel like even on the first turn when he let loose, I feel like he should have just held on to it because I feel like it's a pretty reasonable strategy for him to just hold on to as many let looses for as long as possible until he feels like, okay, Peter has the game next turn, I gotta let loose, and then you let loose, and you see if Peter drew the nuts off those 4 cards on the let loose, so be it. Well, then you just hit him with a let loose again after he tropical beaches, then you hit him with a let loose again. Unfortunately, in this game he opened a let loose, which means he couldn't hit him with the triple let loose back to back to back. But yeah, I think definitely poorly played there by Chris overall. I don't know if he quite caught on to like the optimal strategy against Peter's deck, which I think that is just has to be it, is just a let loose strategy. And if he did catch on to it, he caught onto it a little bit too late. So we do see Peter taking the series 2-1 here in round 9, and that's going to do it for the first day of Swiss rounds from Dallas Regionals, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, give it a like. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Check out my live stream and social media links in the description below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.